In a room full of goons, I'm such a fucking standout. I prefer your applause without a handout. So refrain from the clap like a prophylact. Touring through the warmest cities with the coldest raps. Rolling with the dopest hoes and they don't know I rap. I still be splitting women like a bogus hocus pocus act. Smotophobias get the scrotum out your focus. I can't drink when.
What's going on, people? What's happening, YouTube? It's your man JMV checking in with y'all from Indiana, en route to Illinois, Edwardsville, Illinois. A couple things to talk about on this video. Firstly, the recap from last week. Coming off of the short week where I went home and cut my week short by basically 2.5 days. This week was another short week because I was ready to head out Wednesday around noon, which I know payroll is Tuesday to Tuesday, so I was already a day behind when I went out. The load they ended up giving me was not ready to get picked up until basically midnight, so I didn't actually have the load and start running. It was Thursday morning when I was actually working, or getting paid, shall we say. So basically, this week is basically 5 days, or this recap from the check is 5 days. So that first load was Williamsburg, Virginia to Memphis, Tennessee. That was a Anheuser-Busch beer load. Paid $1,100. Went about 1,000 miles, so it was just $1 and some change. Not a great load, not a bad load to start the week off. So next load picked up in Jonesboro, Arkansas. It was a frozen foods load, TV dinners, things like that. And I went to Streetsboro, Ohio. That load paid $1,200. It was about 900 miles, 950 miles. And that load delivered on a Monday, delivered Monday morning at 3 a.m. So I had to get in contact with the guy who was covering my fleet manager because he had took a couple of days off. And I let him know that Monday I needed a load that I could pick up after I delivered that one at 3 a.m. that I could get delivered by Tuesday by payroll, before payroll, because those two loads only equaled about $2,300 and some change, and that wasn't going to leave me no money. I wasn't making no money with that, so I had to get another load I could get on there to actually give me a check. At best case scenario, had I not got that load that he ended up getting me, that I picked up on Monday, delivered Tuesday morning at 1 a.m., best case scenario would have been like $150, would have came to me, possibly been in the hole 100 some odd bucks. So the load he got me paid $655. I ran up to Michigan, picked it up, brought it back down to Austinburg, Ohio. Like I said, those 3 loads that week were not the greatest. They weren't the most profitable loads I've had by a long shot, but it is what it is. Like I said before, you gotta take the good with the bad with this shit. It is the winter time. It is rates are down, freight is down, so you gotta take the good with the bad in these situations. So I bought home $515 last week. Like I said, I wasn't jumping up in the air and clicking my heels about it, but I understand that it was on the verge of being a lot worse. This dude like he about to hit this truck trying to back in there. That's too tight. I wouldn't do that. But yeah, 515, man, wasn't a good week, but it is what it is. So this week started off a lot better. Without going into too much detail, because obviously I'm going to recap that with the recap for next week. But first load was from Michigan to Allentown, PA. Load I got now is from PA, taking it to Illinois. Like I said, I'll go into detail about that with the next video. Once I figure out how I can work things out throughout this weekend for the next loads I'm going to be getting. As of right now, the revenue is sitting at $2,500. So not bad. This load delivers on Saturday. That leaves me with Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday up until payroll closes. So we're on the right track for this week as far as money goes. So now that's out the way. What was it? Okay, the lumper fee situation. I was misinformed. My trainer, when I was in the TNT, was basically telling me that the lumpers are basically your responsibility. He was kind of vague with it, so to be fair, he never really said it is, but he never really said it wasn't. He didn't thoroughly explain it, so what I got from it was that, you know, we had to pay for it, because I kept seeing him getting advances for the lumper fees. And anyways, I had 2 people hit me up on comments of one of my videos, I think one of my previous videos. Both of them are prime drivers, lease drivers. One of them I know for a fact has been here for a while. The other one I'm not quite sure about, but he or she knows what they're talking about. They've given me some advice and I've heeded their advice, so shout out to you. I forgot your YouTube name, but you know who you are. And the other one is Be Smooth Make Money. I remember his name because I'm subscribed to him. I watch his videos. I said he's a lease op. Well, no, he's not a lease operator. He's an owner operator with Prime. He actually bought his truck through the ACE and ACE2 lease programs here. So he actually owns his truck. So he's really getting to the money out here, which is why I subscribe to him. I watch, you know, his videos. He's, you know, cool dude, knowledgeable guy. Shares his information, shares his advice and expertise, and like I said, I subscribed to him a while ago, so he actually hit me up and told me the same thing about these lumper fees. We're actually reimbursed for them, or really you're not even charged for them, to be honest, as long as you scan in that lumper receipt that you get when you pay for lumper. They basically, that's it. Prime basically pays for it. So they both told me the same thing, so shout out to both of them guys. If you don't know who Be Smooth Make Money is, if you're not subscribed to him, go look him up. I mean, like I said, plenty of information, good content. Like I said, I subscribed to him after I seen the first video of his I stumbled across, and when he uploads something, I pretty much watch it, you know, within a day or two. So shout out to you, Be Smooth. Appreciate you hollering at me, bro. And then I had a cat hit me up about home time and how it affects your pay. He was, I believe he was from South Carolina, and he's planning on coming to Prime once a lease, and he was asking me if he said he wants to be home every 3 weeks, so he wants to be on the road for 3 weeks and then be home. Bro, you didn't specify how long you want to be home, so you can hit me up, clarify that, because I'm just going to tell you right now, like, if you're trying to be home every 3 weeks, if you're trying to be home for a whole week, that's not going to work. 5 to 7 days is not going to work. You can make it work, but I wouldn't advise it. Now, you know, if you're trying to be on the road for 3 weeks and go home for 3 days, maybe 4, you can still work that, you know what I mean? You got to finesse this so that it works for you at the end of the day. You got to make this shit work for you. Like I said, I live in VA, you live in South Carolina, if I'm not mistaken. I have actually been on the road since I got the truck in November. I got the truck in November, the week of Thanksgiving. I got a load, went home for Thanksgiving, ate dinner, woke up, delivered that load in Pennsylvania, drove back home, chilled out at home that weekend, left out, got on the road, I believe it was Monday or Tuesday. So I've been on the road since then. But I was able to get by my house several times in December because I was passing through Virginia with loads. You know what I mean? I was working, so I stopped at the house, did a 10-hour break, spent 10 to 14 hours at home, and got back on the road. Also, with the Christmas, as I told y'all before, I went home for the Christmas weekend, but I was sitting underneath a load. I picked up a load Friday, drove home with it, picked it up in Norfolk, I believe, drove home with it. It was going to Pennsylvania. Sat home for, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. Got up Monday and delivered that load Monday morning. So you can make it work for you, you know what I mean? I was able to get home without actually taking time off to be home, like designated time, home time. So with you living in South Carolina, man, I don't know how the freight is out there. I don't know what the rates are like out there. I haven't really been there other than passing, so I really can't tell you what the rates are looking like out there. Assuming that you're going to come on the Prime and do reefer. But to anybody who's interested in that, and as far as wanting to be home maybe every 3 weeks, like I said, it depends where you live at. I seem to be spending a lot of my time in these Midwestern states. I've been pretty much East Coast from Pennsylvania down, although I did go to Boston once and New Hampshire once. I seem to be basically Pennsylvania down to Florida, out across to Mississippi, Louisiana, Kentucky. Been up to Kansas, been up to Colorado, Wisconsin, Minnesota. I spent most of my time in these Midwest states, like say Illinois, Michigan, Ohio. I'm in Indiana right now. I've gotten a lot of meat loads. I've gotten a lot of produce loads, and I've actually gotten some pretty good paying ice cream loads out of this area. The highest paying load I got out of this area was $2,500, but I've had several loads out of this area that all paid over $2,000. The ice cream load that I took to get me home for Christmas paid me $2,000 to go from Illinois down to Salem. Delivered that, picked up that next load, which took me home. I had a load of produce, I believe it was produce, that I ran to Boston. That paid me like $2,300. And then I had that load that I took to the 2 Walmart distribution centers in Montgomery, Alabama. And no, my bad, I'm mixing up. That's the one I had where I took, I believe it was a meat load down to Louisiana and Mississippi. That load paid like $2,200. Anyways, what I'm saying is in that area, the rates are good. The meat loads and produce loads and ice cream loads are in that area. I mean, they're all around, but the rates are really good coming out of that area from what I've experienced so far. So if you lived in that area and you were trying to get home every 3 weeks, if you did end up in the hole, then potentially your first load could basically get you out of the hole and back into the green like that, on a snap of a finger. As far as I'm in South Carolina, I'm not sure. But like I said, bro, if you're trying to go home for 3 or 4 days, you can work that out. If you're trying to be home 5 to 7 days, that's going to be rough and tough because you still got that truck note that's going to come out. And if you're going to take a whole week off, you better have made some hella money those 3 weeks that you was running. So that's my spill on that. Like I said, bro, you can hit me up again. I think you hit me on the Facebook. You can hit me up on the Facebook if you want to run that by me again, clarify some things, or you got any other questions. I'll help you the best I can. But that's my advice with that. Prime tells you when you come here that the most profitable lease drivers are generally on the road 4 to 6 weeks at a time before they take home time. Like I said, if you're running by your house, you can stop by the house as long as your schedule permits. If you're on a tight schedule, you can't afford to stop. You can't afford to stop. But if you're running by your house, you can stop at home. Prime don't give a fuck where you do your 10-hour break at. As long as you get that load there on time. Early. Matter of fact, early. Early, never late. But that's pretty much that. Just want to shout out, like I say, my people that subscribe to me, man. I jumped up to almost 190, just pushing 200 right now. I really didn't expect that, to be honest. I just was doing this just to pass time, like I say, to pay it forward from the people I subscribed to when I was at home working locally, and just trying to gather some information, some intel about what to expect, how things work, you know, what I can do to be successful out here. And you know, a lot of people post videos on YouTube. There's a lot of YouTubers out here, truck drivers, and you can find a lot of information. You got a lot of motherfuckers that just up there talking a bunch of nonsense and just wasting your time. A lot of motherfuckers want to lead you astray, but I decided I'd make a channel and just give it to y'all how I'm experiencing it in real time. So that's why I've been doing these weekly recaps, because this is what happened to me this week. This is how I did this week. This is what I made. This is, you know, this is what I struggled with. This is what I'm successful with. You know what I mean? So like I said, y'all can contact me. I'll give you the best advice I can. If not, there's people that I follow that I'm sure most of y'all have heard of and follow. You can try to get in contact with them. But I say I just give it to y'all, man. Like, from what I'm experiencing, from what I'm going through, what I make videos about, the information I put in these videos are not to say that this is exactly what you're gonna deal with if you come out here on the road, or this is exactly what you know, it's gonna work out exactly the same for you. You're gonna be as successful, or you're gonna be, you know, more successful, or you're gonna be less successful. It's just, this is what I've done. You know what I mean? And I'm just relaying that to y'all. So shout out to y'all, man, for fucking with me. Shout out to you, those of y'all who have hit me up and told me y'all are, well, first of all, told me y'all appreciate, you know what I'm saying, that the videos and the information. Shout out to those of y'all who are at Prime or on your way to Prime. I've had a couple of y'all hit me up. Y'all are actually here in orientation, or have orientation set up within the next couple weeks, maybe a couple months. So congratulations to those of y'all who are here. Congratulations to those of y'all who've been accepted and are coming. And shout out to those of y'all who are going to any other company, man. Like I said, this trucking thing, bro, is something that I've been, if you see my video about why I got into trucking, man, it's something I always saw myself doing. It's something you can make a lot of money in, man. It's, for me, it's easy. But that's not to say it's an easy thing to do, but for me, it's easy. But like I said, shout out to those of y'all who are coming to Prime. Shout out to those of y'all who ain't coming to Prime, man. Like I said, just get into the game. You know what I'm saying? Find what works for you and make it do what it do. Most everybody that's contacted me has pretty much been going to Prime, with the exception of one dude, student named Giovanni. Shout out to you, bro. I know you're at Warner. Been there for about 2 or 3 weeks now. Hope all is well with that, man. But outside of that, man, seems like everybody's pretty much coming to Prime, which is cool. It's a good place to be. I have nothing negative to say about Prime. I did thorough research on Prime before I came here, so I knew I was making the right decision, especially with leasing. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this video, man. It went way longer than I was expecting it to go. But once again, man, shout out to those y'all who subscribe to me, y'all. Those y'all who fuck with me, man. Keep vibing with me. I'm just tracking my journey, my progress, you know what I'm saying, and my success, my ups and downs. I'm just tracking it so y'all can see what it is for real out here. Anyways, until next time, you know, it's your man JMV. Grind never stop. Keep doing what you gotta do now so you can do what you want